Hi, Askreddit Asks, what's the dumbest thing your significant other has said or done?
On the phone trying to describe where we are to her parents. We are behind the car that's in front of us. I lost it.
I was working as a jughound in the woods years ago. One of the guys got on the radio because he was lost. They asked him to describe his position. He said near a tree with a rock beside it.
In high school, my girlfriend said, "Do you know what I just realized? There's no state that starts with the letter F. We went to school in Florida."
Ha, my sister did something similar. We were playing categories and one of the categories was US states. She rolled a P halfway through the round. My sister shouts, "That's not fair, there's not even any states that start with P. Quote exclamation mark. We live in Pennsylvania.
We were driving one day and were stopped at a red light. She's looking at a sign and the following exchange occurs. Her, what a dumb name for a street. Me, huh, what street? Her, Bone Marrow Drive. Who would name a street Bone Marrow Drive? It was a sign for a local bone marrow drive that would be taking place. Not the name of the street. We still talk about it to this day.
Road work ahead? Yeah, I sure hope it does.
Nothing too dumb. I have a fan with different settings labeled LMH for how fast the fan spins. She was looking at it and told me she set the fan to large. Edit. Thank you.
Large, massive, humongous.
Tried to make baked potatoes in the microwave for the first time. Wrapped them in tinfoil. Came to ask me why there were lightning bolts in the microwave and why was it getting very hot.
I went to reheat my tea in one of those travel mugs in the microwave at work once. It was in there sparking for a good 5 seconds before I realized what I'd done. Obligatory, me and the boys watching the spoons spark in the microwave. Closing parenthesis dot.
Honey, I think I cooked Thor's potatoes. What do we do? I think he is mad. Dot.
When my now ex-wife first started dating, I had made a roast for dinner. In my slow cooker. After dinner, she was helping me clean up. I come into the kitchen, and she had the entire crock pot submerged in the sink. I asked what she was doing, and she said she was cleaning it. She didn't know that the ceramic inside could be removed to clean. After I explained that to her, she said, "I guess I shouldn't have put the whole thing under water." Quote. I said, "No," quote, and reached over and unplugged it. I have no idea how she didn't get electrocuted.
Reached over and unplugged ITOH. My wife couldn't think of the word wood and told me to clean up my tree chunks. Dot. My wife also does this a lot. Today she asked me to pass her a yellow apple, lemon. Edit. Since you guys like this so much, here's another one, me this time. Shopping with my old man in a shop I've never been to before. Looking through the toiletry aisle but can't find what I need. Go up to the nearest attendant and ask her where the toilet paste is. Toothpaste.
Ex-girlfriend now, but one time we were talking about changes in taste preferences when she said taste bugs. I corrected her, and she looked at me confused. She had thought that taste buds was taste bugs her entire life up until that moment.
Co-worker and I were going on a work trip. Met at work and took one car to the airport. She asked if I'd move her suitcase into my car for her. She was in her 30s.
My husband and I were at Canadian Tire and they had tiny examples of tents, basically looked like they were made for Barbie dolls, and the pricing for each underneath. He turned to me shocked and asked, "Why are these so expensive for such tiny tents?" Exclamation mark. Dot. I almost died laughing.
My husband had a similar brain fart at Walmart. We were shopping for baby stuff and they had a miniature version of a nursing, rocking chair on display. He says, "What's the point of that? I don't think any baby would enjoy sitting in that." Then it dawned on him.
What is this? A center for ants? Question mark. My boyfriend thought that a sushi roll was a cross-section of a raw eel.
Amazing how nature do that.
Lol, eels with seaweed skin and innards made of rice just swimming around.
Damn, nature, you tasty.
One time my husband called me at work. "Babe, you're gonna be mad. I made a mess but don't worry, I'll fix it." I didn't even ask, just sighed, because he is basically Lucy from I Love Lucy. When I got home a little bit later, it was to a living room covered in gray powder. My husband completely filthy with a trash bag and broom and a super panicked look on his face. Turned out he'd decided to help around the house and wanted to clean the fireplace. He just decided the best way to do it would be to stand in front of it with a trash bag and use the leaf blower to blow the ashes in. Spoiler, that doesn't work. I didn't want to hurt his feelings, but I laughed my ass off, and it's still one of my favorite weird things he's done.
My eldest child was born in December 2004. This was the year that we found out that London had won the bid for the 2012 Olympics. It was announced that children born on 2012s would get free entry to the Olympics. But what if they're not any good at sports? I had to gently explain that it was free entry to _watch the Olympics.
Think of the gap between 2004 and 2012. We are a year away from being that far away from 2012.
One time, my wife, then girlfriend, and I were at her brother's house for a game night of Cranium. I don't remember the exact details, probably because I was in hysterics, but someone asked my wife what caused the US to enter World War II. Now, my wife is not very history savvy. Probably her least knowledgeable subject. I, on the other hand, love history. Point is, she didn't know the answer. Her guess was the Boston Tea Party. I lost my shit, and so did she and everyone else. To this day, if my wife doesn't know the answer to something, I tell her to write down Boston Tea Party. Edit. Holy cow. Loving all the stories and replies. My wife is happy to know she is not alone in her historical inaccuracies. Thank you for the silver. Kind stranger.
In our language, maple and moose are almost the same word. To make it short, she thought maple syrup was made out of moose horn.
Ha 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 ha, what language, cause I am Canadian and those two things are like our Declaration of Independence. Spanish. The words are alche and as.
I mean,
Once me and my so went for a walk around a local nature reserve. On the way in we got a map given to us so we could navigate the area. Later on the walk she is looking at the map and says to me, "These maps really need a 'you are here' on them." It took me a second to realize what she meant. So I explained that it's a handheld map and that it wouldn't be possible. It took 4/5 attempts before it clicked with her. Edit. Thank you for my first silver! Exclamation mark.
Large, massive, humongous. Large, medium, holy fuck. Humongous what? Humongous what?
Large, medium. How long until this thing falls?
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel, and above all, have an excellent day, you amazing people.